Hey guys, this is J19 brought to you with yet another live stream. We are back with another episode of J19's gaming podcast stream. We have a lot to talk about. A lot of news broke out this morning. Pretty sure a lot of you have heard. A lot of you were speculating for years whenever these guys were actually going to announce the next game. So, hence why I got this game fired up, because we are going to talk about this studio. And with that said, if you guys want more of these podcast streams, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, stay notified when I go live or upload my next video. And you guys know the drill. I'll let you guys come on in. I will talk about these subjects, these titles, as gaming's news as soon as I get done doing a couple of things. So with that said, let's get started with this real quick.
I'm miserable, Dutch. You're a bastard, Dutch Vanderland.
Alright guys, I am back. Where to begin? Okay, this is how it's gonna go. I know I've done 2 of them already. This is the 3rd episode. I'm still learning the kinks of my podcast stream. What we're gonna do is, from now on, this is the template going forward. I am gonna start off with channel updates or news, if there's any. And then if not, we will move in right into the heart of the matter. I do have some gaming updates I will have on my Discord. So if you guys want to have like links to these topics, they will be posted in my Discord, in my gaming news. So I will be pulling that up on my phone. I will be reading them off. I will be talking about how I feel about it. And yeah, let's bring up the first one, shall we? Okay, earlier we heard. Oh, here we go. First thing I want to talk about is Sony. Sony has bought Bungie, which I covered on my last podcast. I told you guys how I feel about it. It was a shocker. But Sony has also announced that they have more acquisitions in the works. They have at least $10 billion worth of acquisitions they have not reviewed onto us yet. They will later on this year. That's big. That's huge. A friend of mine covered this on his channel, Nine, my friend, fellow YouTube content creator. Thank you for pointing this out to me. I didn't know. But yeah, just Sony's got 10 live service games possibly in the works. To be honest, there's a lot out there. Do a lot of them work? Not really. But I think with Bungie's help, yeah, Red Dead Redemption. I'm going to be kind of playing in the background while we talk. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. We're going to be talking about all this stuff, especially with Sony and them. And we're going to be playing a little bit of this. So let me get my character moving. Come on, Arthur. But yeah, anyways, I think that's like a freaking glitch. But for Sony's got 10 live service games in the works. I can't wait to see what they are. Hopefully they turn out good. Sony's going in uncharted territory. They're not really meant to be for, they're not really a live service like company. They've been like doing their own thing with like really story driven games, like cinematic heavy games. We all know that. They got their huge IPs, huge studios working these IPs. And so for him to have like 10 live service games being worked on, they got $10 billion worth of acquisitions in the works that they have not announced yet. It's making me wonder what they bought, what they're eyeing. I really want to know. I really am curious. A lot of people think that Capcom's in the works. People think that, including me, I would love to see Square Enix be bought by Sony. Because Square Enix and Sony, let's face it, they are this close. They got this bond that's been started since PlayStation. I know Final Fantasy was before PlayStation, but ever since PlayStation came out, Final Fantasy was always on there, right? Like, Final Fantasy VII made PlayStation 1 the way it was. I mean, I know you guys are going to say, well, Metal Gear Solid, and yes, those games were great too, but Final Fantasy VII was way ahead of its time. It made PlayStation what it is. And Sony PlayStation, they always acknowledge Final Fantasy, especially in like you look at their commercials, you look at their advertisements. Who is always involved in like the characters they always showcase? Cloud, right? Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, because Sony knows Final Fantasy VII helped make PlayStation the way it was. One of the games. So I could see Square Enix being bought by Sony. A lot of people are saying, no way. There's no way that can happen. But I don't know, guys. I really don't know. Capcom's another good one. Some people say Konami because they need a lot of work, and Sony could like nurture them, like help them grow internally and get them back on track because it's not looking good. I could see that happening. Take-Two, the company that owns Rockstar. I do not see Sony buying them. That's way too much money. Bandai Namco, another huge company. I don't see Sony buying them. I think they're a little bit out of the price range. I think Sony can afford them. EA is another one that people think that they can afford. Absolutely not. EA, I was thinking EA would be cool not because sports games. I mean, everybody knows about sports games, microtransactions, yada yada. But if Sony really want to compete with Microsoft, with Activision Blizzard, it's like you can have Call of Duty, which is always in the top 3 of the most money-making games of all time. But who else makes a lot of money? Madden, right? They could buy EA, but EA is looking to be purchasers as well. They want to be buyers. They want to buy some stuff. They announced that they was willing to buy. But on to the main point. Sony's got $10 billion in acquisitions we don't know about. I think one of them, if I had a choice, I think it's either Capcom or Square Enix. I do not think Capcom or Square Enix can go throughout the next 5 years without being bought. I mean, look at Insomniac years ago when they were like Square Enix. It's like we are not interested in being bought. And guess what Sony did? They ended up buying them, right? Square Enix saying the same thing. There's rumors going on that Sony's eyeing Square Enix. They have even approached Square Enix in the past about being bought, and Square Enix like pushing them away a little bit. It's like, no, I don't want to be bought. I don't really know any other studios that Sony could be buying, but who knows? It's like I said in my last podcast, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Microsoft's in the works of buying more. Sony's in the works of buying more. Apple wants to get in the gaming console. How about that? Apple wants to come back to, apparently they did make a console back then, but they want to really hit the market hard. Apparently they got games of their own, studios and stuff, so I'm interested to see if Apple decides to jump on and have 4 major players. Wow. So it's like a lot going on with there, and this is not even the biggest news. The biggest news is part of the title, and part of this game, not this game, but Rockstar themselves have finally officially confirmed that GTA 6 is underway. It's underway in development. They are working on it. You guys have been wondering about the not acquisition, but like, are we making the next game of the series? Everybody's been asking for it, and then guess who decided to say, you know what, here we go. Here we go. And of course, let's see. And Jason Schreier also stated that wouldn't be shocked to see Grand Theft Auto 6 announced later this year with a fake release date of fall 2023, and then that slips to 2024. I mean, Jason Schreier has been right in a lot of areas. He has not. A lot of people said when he posts stuff, he does a lot of research. He has a lot of resources. So when he posts stuff, it usually comes true. So for him to say that there's going to be an announcement later for GTA 6, the internet's going to explode. It's going to go nuts. I was not anticipating this. I didn't think that GTA 6 was in the works. I thought they're going to write GTA 5 even into like PlayStation 6 and whatever Xbox is going to be called. This is another shocker. A lot of people said, well, this is not a shocker. We all knew this was going to happen. No, we didn't. Rockstar don't have to make GTA 6. They can make GTA 5 for the rest of their life because it's making them money. It's making them moolah, dinero, anything you want to call. Speaking of Rockstar, they said this. Many of you have been asking for a new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. With every new project, our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we previously delivered. We're pleased to confirm that active development for the next entry in the series is underway. Then we also got the Grand Theft Auto 5, the next gen version, is coming out in March 15th for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. It's going to have graphics mode up to 4K, up to 60 FPS, improved textures, draw distances, HDR, ray tracing options, faster loading, 3D audio, PlayStation 5, DualSense support, light haptic feedback. Okay, that makes sense. Then, that's a big news. And then, Neil Druckmann has made a statement, which is getting a lot of people talking. We're growing. Come join us and work on. And then, those are the emojis that he sent. We'll go click on this link real quick and see what it says. Not now. Okay, so they are looking to hire a bunch of people. And this is what I think is going on with Naughty Dog. I think, yes, we all know. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no beating around the bush. You guys got to put in your skulls that The Last of Us remake is happening. It's probably almost done. We don't know. We can probably see an announcement when the PlayStation 5 event drops in spring. And Naughty Dog goes, here guys, we got The Last of Us remake coming out later on this year. I wouldn't be surprised. And if it does, am I like really happy they're doing it? I would rather have them work on like a new The Last of Us, like Last of Us 3, like the plot's done. Or work on the next Uncharted game. But if they can make it The Last of Us with the visuals like The Last of Us Part 2, the gameplay is a little bit more smoother. I might pick it up. I'm gonna probably stream on my channel. That's the size of it. But so The Last of Us remake is gonna happen. Factions 2, they already stated it. I think that's the third. That's the third thing they're working on. They still need more people to help Probably work on the project some more. And the third one is actually leaked by Jason Schreier. Somebody told me. You have to look up on this thing. But he leaked that Naughty Dog was working on Uncharted remake. I think the first one. So that's an old game. And they're working on a remake for that. And Ben Studios was actually going to partner up with Naughty Dog and help work on this project. But Naughty Dog kind of like let Ben Studios go. And it's like, we're going to take it from here. So that's the three I think that he's talking about is The Last of Us remake, Factions 2, and then he's also going to do Uncharted remake. I know not the most awesome lineup for Naughty Dog, but that's what they're working on. Take it as you will. Love Naughty Dog, you hate Naughty Dog. Take it as you will. Me, I don't know. Last of Us remake, it's going to look cool. It's going to look fantastic. It's probably going to blow The Last of Us Part 2 visuals out of the water for being next gen. I doubt it's coming for PlayStation 4. If it does, I don't know. I don't know, guys. So yeah, that's what's going on. Take it as you will. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of that. Rockstar confirming that GTA 6 is under development. It's like, wow. It's like, that's going to be next gen only. I think that's going to be next gen only. That's going to be probably like a Jason Schreier said. 2024, probably. That makes sense. Naughty Dog stuff, I don't see like The Last of Us Part 3 being made until after these games are done. So we might not see The Last of Us Part 3 until like the tail end of the PlayStation 5 cycle, which I'm hearing some chitter chatter about that the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series life cycle is not going to be 5 years or 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. It's not going to be a 7-year cycle. It's going to be expanded upon because of how things were with pandemic, the chip shortages, how high the demand is. Like, not everybody's got the console, even though they're both outselling the previous gen. Like, if you compare like the first year of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One to like the first year sales of next gen, it's like 2-to-1 at least, and it's crazy. So if they increase it to 10 years, we're not going to be seeing any new consoles until 2030. So I don't know. That's a long time. That's a long time from now. I don't know how to feel about that, really. I just don't know. Let's see what else we got on this list of news. We got the PlayStation VR 2. Okay, the PlayStation VR 2 controller, the next generation of VR gaming on PS5, introducing a Horizon Call of the Mountain for PSVR 2. We got some information on that. Of course, we already know that Sony wants to, like, they're going to have a showcase, like, apparently it's going to be, like, launching the second quarter of this year. So, like, a spring event sounds pretty darn good right now. I do think that we are going to see PSVR 2, like the headset review. They're saving that for last. They're going to show us some more, like talk about it more. They're going to tell us when we can pre-order. Am I big on VR? No, I'm not. Not big on VR at all. Just how I am. I just don't have the room for it. I don't have the kind of money. And, but yeah, before I start again on another topic, I go see what my family wants. So, guys, give me a moment. I will be right back. Hey guys, I am back. Sorry about that. I had to go help my aunt. She needed something real quick. Where were we? Oh, the PlayStation VR 2. Makes sense to have a PlayStation event in spring. What are they gonna show? I'm not sure. God of War release date, new trailer. PSVR 2. Maybe some more unannounced IPs. I hope. Give me a second. I gotta catch my breath. Okay. Whew. I like to talk too much. Talk too fast. I get a little overwhelmed. Anyways. I'm just got a lot going on in my mind right now because that's one thing I'm gonna talk about right after this. Let's see. New IPs, hopefully see more updates on games they are working on. I would like to see some of the live service games be announced if they do. Naughty Dog's games, maybe give us like a preview of what they're working on. Like the Last of Us remake, I like to see what it looks like. I know a lot of people are not happy about it, not happy with Naughty Dog. That's fine. I said that earlier in the podcast. But yeah, as far as Final Fantasy 16, the next topic I'm gonna talk about. I do not think Final Fantasy 16 will be showing off at the PlayStation event. Sony could demand Square Enix to showcase it. If they do, then Yoshi P will showcase the game heavily on the PlayStation event. But if Sony's like, hey, you got your own presentation planned, that's fine. You're marketing for us, for the PlayStation 5 brand. Go ahead and do your thing, Yoshi P. So Yoshi P could be doing a event similar to Final Fantasy 14. For Final Fantasy 16, like a love letter event or whatever he's going to call it. I know how Yoshi P is. He likes to come out like cosplay as like a character from the game. Like he came out like Final Fantasy 14 character. And I saw a little bit of that. Like he has a lot of passion for his work. He has a lot of passion for the community. Like when things get delayed, he gets down on himself. He's trying to deliver an excellent game. He don't like delays. He don't like doing delays at all. He only done delays like 2 or 3 times in his whole career. That's how efficient they are. They don't like to have delays. 16 hurts. I'm not gonna lie. It hurt to get delays 6 months. But let's focus on the good thing. This is what I want to see when they showcase it. When they showcase the game, I want them to showcase Clive. That's the main character's name. Walking around towns, I want him to like show more battle. I know they show some combat, but I want to see the UI. I want to see like the battle menu. I want to see how the menus look, how the skill trees look. I want to see if we got party members or not. That's a lot of people's worries. It's like, is this a single player, like single character driven story? Or are we going to have multiple characters? Like, I don't remember a Final Fantasy game that was focused on not having any party members at all. I don't remember anything. Except for like spin-offs, like Crisis Core or Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus. Those are like the exception. I think maybe even before Crisis with you controlling this, I think the Turk shotgun, which is kind of strange, in my opinion. But who knows? I do not think that Final Fantasy 16 will be a single character driven type of game. I could be wrong, but I hope we get some party members because that's how Final Fantasy is. I think that's how Final Fantasy should be. Single character driven stories are fine. It's fine for like certain games, but Final Fantasy has always been about party members, classes, jobs, etc. RPG big elements like you guys know what RPGs are. I'm not going to go details. But yeah, that's what I like to see. I do want to see Clive, like, talk, not like, no matter, like, I'll get my revenge. Like, if it, it's all I ever, if all I ever do or something. I don't remember. I got to watch the trailer again. It's been a while. I watched it, actually just watched it recently, but I don't remember the phrase. But I like to see Clive just go around town, talk to NPCs. I want to see, like, the environments more. I want to see, like, how the world looks. Are we getting an open world type? Are we getting open zones? Is it very linear type of game? That type of stuff. I want to see all that. I want to see weapons. I want to see, like, customization. Just stuff like that. But I'm really excited to see. The main point is seeing whether or not we get party members. Clive walking around towns and him talking. Big thing for me. And just, I want to see menus, man. I want to see menus. Combat looks cool. I can't wait. Am I big on action combat like that? I am. Especially after playing Devil May Cry 5. Fantastic game. So I can see Final Fantasy 16 being not exactly like that, but fun, exciting, flashy, fun, epic. Yeah, you get the point. I also want to see when Final Fantasy 16 gets shown off, we get pre-orders, we get the release date, and hopefully it's not too far down the road. I don't want to be like, oh, it's going to release in like December of 2022, because then a lot of people are going to wonder, if the pandemic gets worse, are we then going to push that game in 2023? Like, oof. I don't want to see that happen. If Yoshi P is telling the truth, which I think I know he is, he's not doing it as a PR speech. He's the type of guy that when he says something, he wants to do it. If it's possible. If it becomes impossible, he'll let us know. Now, people praising Yoshi P like he's the savior of Square Enix. He's the best Square Enix employee of all time. But you know what, guys? I just humble yourselves. I know what he's done with Final Fantasy 14 is great. That's Square Enix money milker. They're just milking it. They're milking it. That's money maker. That's what's keeping Square Enix afloat. Other than Final Fantasy 7 Remake series, and hopefully 16 will sell greatly. But with that said, I have high expectations for Final Fantasy 16. If we get another game like Final Fantasy 15, it's really going to sting. It's really going to sting if it ends up being like that. So Final Fantasy 16 is going to have to deliver, because that's what people are going to compare it to. And they're not going to compare it to 14. You can't. Single player MMO. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that at all. So what you're going to have to end up doing is you're going to have to, people are going to compare this to Final Fantasy 15 and say, did Final Fantasy 16 exceeded what Final Fantasy 15 did? You can't compare it to Remake. Remake is it's not really a main series. It's not a mainline game, to be honest. People say, yes, it is. It's Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, but it's not like a mainline series game. It's not like Final Fantasy 17. It's a remake of Final Fantasy 7. So, is that a spin-off game? I think it's a major spin-off game. But it's a remake, so take it as you will. That's why I think 16 is actually a mainline game. That's why Square Enix, that's priority right now. I know everybody's begging for part 2 news. The more is about to explode, because he's got so much stuff he wants to show us. He's got trailers probably lined up. He's got gameplay footages, everything. He's looking over to Katase. He's like, come on, can we? It's like, can we talk about part 2? Can we talk about part 2? And Katase is taking mental notes of what he's reading in the Square Enix handbook. He's looking at it, it's like, yeah, I guess we can talk about this year if all goes well. If all goes well, if we can. Meaning, Final Fantasy 16's got to be marketed first. It's got to come out first. That's the priority. Kitase knows that because he's the head of the Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy department now because he's been handed over the torch. If you don't believe me, look it up. Kitase is now the head honcho of Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. He knows what's at stake, but he knows everybody's biting at the bits for part 2. Hey, you know what? That's the best news we got. I said it in my other video. That's the best news we got. It's like we might see part 2 later on this year, but right now 16 is a priority. 16's gotta be out first. So hopefully, like I said, Yoshi P, when he shows the cases of the game, I expect him to be able to say, here's your game in like the next 30 days. Here's your game in the next 60 days. At least within the next month or so. So I could see like a summer release. July release. Get the game out in July, then guess what? Jump Fest. Square Enix Presents, maybe in the fall. Guess what? Tokyo Game Show. What better way to start marketing for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2? It's my thoughts. I think that's a perfect time to do it. If we're able to. If 16 gets delayed into late 2022, we are not going to hear anything on Part 2 until 2023. And then it'll come out in 2023. I think Square Enix is trying to get 16 out this year, Part 2 into 2023. That's the game plan. Then where else they got planned? Final Fantasy IX Remake. Who knows? Still on that list. People think it's coming. I don't know. Just like the Chrono Cross remaster. Made video. That's one of my best videos I ever made. I got over 300 views, but we haven't heard anything on that game. Why not? It's just we haven't heard anything of it. We haven't got any reviews of it. We haven't got any teasers, any concept arts for it. Nothing. I mean, there's crossovers on certain games. Like they had a cross like Chrono Cross or Chrono Trigger crossover. Cool. Everybody's getting excited about that, but there's no news or updates or any leaks, any concept arts, no nothing for art. There's a leak from the GeForce thing, or whatever it was. That's all we got so far. I mean, don't get your hopes up, but 16 is gonna have to come out this year. If they delay again, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt the hype because people have been looking forward for this game for months, over a year now. It's like, Yoshi P, where's your game? I know you give us a little tad bit of information, but your optimization this game, you are polishing the game up by certain areas. You are ready to showcase this game. I know you want to showcase it when it's ready, and I understand that. That's fine. But you said spring. We're going to hold you to it. Please don't delay. Showcase something. Please. Just, it's good for your community. Don't delay again. If you delay Final Fantasy 16, this is how I feel about it. If you delay Final Fantasy 16 again and say we can't showcase this until later on this year, it's going to hurt. A lot of people are going to say, Yoshi P, you all talk. Yes, you're good with Final Fantasy 14, but I'm going to say it here now. You're just another puppet for Square Enix. Because you work for Square Enix. It happens, man. Don't beat yourself up, but I don't want to say, I shouldn't say puppet. That's too mean. Not making fun of you, I'm not cutting you down. Just don't delay this game, please. Just don't delay anymore. You got 6 months to improve upon it, get the game out, showcase it when you can this spring. So that's all I ask. And I think we're going to do a little ranting section. This is like to finish up the stream. I don't know how long I've been streaming for. I covered basically everything I want to talk about, but update on my Dying Light 2 situation for my channel. I checked my phone earlier this morning and throughout the day. The last update I got for it is it's in transition. It is several hundred miles away where it got shipped from. And it's in transition, and it said it's just let's take a look one more time. This is going to be the update. This is going to be the update right here, folks. I'll let you guys know how it's doing. It's in transit at 9:45 a.m. this morning, and it said be here February 4th, today. Where is it? It's on its way. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. I'm more mad at myself than GameStop or FedEx. It is what it is. Pre-ordering physically during the winter for like winter releases is not a good idea. I should have known better, but like I could have picked up Dying Light 2 today from GameStop physically. Was in town. I didn't know. I didn't know it was gonna be nearby GameStop. I could have bought a copy, but I already got the copy bought. Hopefully I get it. Hopefully I get it tomorrow, guys. I really want to stream a Dying Light 2, but it's like, man, I'm feeling drained right now. Feeling drained. I'm mad at myself. Like, I don't think, like, if there's any games coming out in the winter time, right, winter release, like between like November, like late November into like midway through March, or even late March, I think I'm not going to pre-order physically. I don't even think I don't want to pre-order digitally. I'm a physical guy. I got a physical PS5. If I want everything else digital, I would have bought a digital PS5. I'd save myself $100. But I didn't. So I'm really bummed out about myself. Like, I could have been streaming for you guys tonight, but I didn't. I wasn't able to. So this is good. This is good. I love doing these J19's gaming podcast streams. This is number 3 already. Expect more in the future, especially if we get more gaming news. I will post the gaming news links in Discord on my gaming news channel. So if you guys want to join Discord, I advise you to do that so you can keep up with the latest gaming news and you will get my feelings on these gaming news. And one more thing I want to talk about is one thing I posted is congrats to Nintendo of America. They posted that thank you to more than 6.5 million explorers worldwide who have already embarked on the exciting new adventure in Pokemon Legends Arceus. We hope you're loading up on more potato mochi before your next research mission. So yeah, they sold 6.5 million copies. Congrats, Nintendo. Pokemon is still selling well. A lot of people love Pokemon. Happy for you guys. Like I said in my last podcast, I'm not big on Nintendo anymore. I talked about Nintendo last time, but I just want to give you guys a shout out. Congrats to you Pokemon players out there. Your game sold 6.5 million copies, which is pretty darn good. That's a lot. That's a lot of copies. So congrats for you guys. And I think other than that, I really don't know, guys. I'm really bummed about Dying Light 2 not being here. I know a lot of people say, why didn't you just buy it from the store? Why did you pre-order it this way? I don't know, guys. I figure I'll get it on time. Sometimes they give it to you a day early, but you can't predict the weather. I know they said a storm was coming, but might have changed, but I took a chance. It's biting me in the butt because now I'm like a day behind everybody else streaming it. So I know a lot of you are looking forward to me streaming Dying Light 2 tonight. Like I said in my other video I made, if I get it tomorrow, expect a stream of Dying Light 2 tomorrow night and Sunday night. That's all I can do for you guys. I'm still excited for Dying Light 2. Even though there's some issues I pointed out from hearing from other people about bugs and frame rate issues and stuff like that. But apparently not everybody's experiencing that. Some people are experiencing the game not completely flawless, but like they're not noticing any bugs. They're not noticing any problems. So can't wait to dig in. I hope I get my copy tomorrow or Sunday. Keep you guys posted. Hopefully I don't get delayed even longer, because the more it's delayed, the less likely I'm like hyped to play it. Not because I'm not. It's just it drains me to kick myself in the butt for it. That I made that mistake. Predator in the middle of winter, with a winter release, especially in my state, my country, we get bad storms, we get bad winters here and there. So, it is what it is. And so, I think that'll wrap up the J19's podcast stream. I thank you guys for stopping by. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the Sony's over $10 billion acquisitions they haven't yet revealed. Let me know in the comments below about Rockstar finally confirming and announcing GTA 6 is underway in development. Let me know in the comments below about that. Let me know in the comments below about what you guys want to see for the PlayStation 5 event. What you guys want to see for the Final Fantasy 16 showcase later on this year. And finally, what do you think the 3 games that Neil Druckmann was talking about when he was like doing this? You know, those 3 emojis. So let me know in the comments below of all this information and gaming news I have discussed. I'm sure there's other gaming news I have not covered today. If I miss anything, sorry, I cover what I can, what I catch wind of. So if I miss anything, let me know in the comments below, and I will probably cover it in my next gaming news J19's gaming podcast stream. So if you guys like these type of streams, you like this podcast, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, stay notified when we go live or upload my next video. You guys know I already harped this out. Links in the description below for my Twitch, Twitter, Discord. Feel free to do what you want to do with those. Join and follow. If you join Discord, you get the gaming news, rate my gaming news channel. So feel free to join. We can talk about the gaming news of today. We can talk about how I'm feeling about Dying Light 2's delayed shipment to me so I can stream. So, and all the other things we covered today. So with that said, hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Keep on keeping on. I'll catch you on the next one. And I love you guys. Thank you guys for the love and support. We are at 140 subscribers. I can't do this without you guys. It means so much more to me. I'm really excited to help my channel grow. If you guys want to see me grow, you know, this is a hobby I love doing. I do it for you guys. I might not be in the best moods at time, but I do these videos that helps me like get through the day. I think about you guys. I really want to put out some awesome Dying Light 2 content, but it really stings not having the game in my hands. Hopefully I learned from this big, hard lesson. I love you guys so much, bottom of my heart. God bless you guys. You be safe out there, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Take care.